Hello, my friends, and welcome back to All the Things Sorta Truth, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sorta Truth series with a healthy flow of craft brew on the side. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade.
And this week we're going to be talking about Chapter 31 of Wizard's First Rule.
Heck yeah, we are.
We've got a lot to cover in this episode, but first we need to do just a little bit of housekeeping.
Yeah, we probably should.
So, during the last couple of episodes, I came to a realization that I later found out on Facebook through one of our friends, Al Meyer, shout out, buddy, and came to another realization that I was wrong. So, I had said some things about Carl being related to Rachel, and Al pointed out to me that I was way off base. There was another boy who was taken previously by Devin Nass, and Brophy was blamed for that boy's disappearance.
Right. We were told about this when Devin and Darkin were talking.
Yeah, like the first time we met them in the book.
Right. And I think that stuff like this is going to happen because we're going through it chapter by chapter. So we're looking at things kind of under a microscope instead of like considering everything all the time. We're like in the moment, oh my god, this realization just happened, instead of laying the things out. Because after they said that, I remembered that when they had Carl, they were talking about another boy.
Yeah, yep.
So absolutely, we were totally off. But as we were sitting here talking about it, it made like total sense. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I was a believer. I couldn't believe that I had missed Carl and Rachel being related. And then, well, they're not. That's why I had missed it.
Well, yeah, I think it was just the fact that their parents were gone and she had a brother still led me to believe that. And I think also, I think I just thought Carl was such a minuscule thing. Like, he doesn't come up again. So I was like, oh, yeah. That could totally be a thing that we knew, and I forgot.
Well, yeah, it would have been very poetic for Carl and Rachel to have been related, you know? Like, oh, little detail we got talking about this one character, and later you find out that little tiny detail, if you were paying attention, actually relates to another character. But the character that they're referring to is a third person that we don't ever really meet.
Right.
At least as far as Rachel's real brother is concerned.
Right, and I think it's such a small detail that maybe that's what I let myself believe. It was, oh yeah, that's a small thing. It doesn't come back up. It's an interesting little tidbit. Okay, whatever. But no, it's not.
When it comes down to it, I think people who love this book series can relate. The truth is the truth.
Right.
Jade and I, we were following a train of thought that was easy, but not necessarily right. And I want to thank Al for pointing it out to me. He's always on the spot covering where we miss things. Because, I mean, we're going to miss things. We're not perfect.
Right.
But yeah, so I just wanted to own up to my mistake. I appreciate you guys for having patience with us. And we will do better in the future.
Maybe.
We will try.
So, I think with that, we can move right along into the next chapter. I am starting to get really, really excited, guys, because the next couple chapters, things move along quickly.
Yeah, they heat up pretty fast.
So I'm just happy. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so this chapter starts off with a bang, like immediately. The last one was a cliffhanger. We were all bummed out because Richard goes up to the mysterious lady who turns around and Richard is shocked. And end of chapter.
Commercial.
Yeah, commercial break. I was just thinking, damn it. No, not a commercial. And then you know that all it's going to come back with is the credits.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So this woman turns around and who is it other than Richard's mom? His dead mom.
Right.
Yeah. Weird.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he saw her burn to death, so it's a little weird. He pretty much knew immediately that it wasn't her. He didn't want to fail Kaylin again by being fooled into thinking maybe it was, but he still doubts himself a little bit, because, I mean, it's your mom. You want to believe it's her.
Well, all the details are there. I think it was easy for him to believe because he saw the scar that he accidentally gave her from years and years ago.
Yeah.
You know, him and Michael were playing swords. I mean, we have 2 boys. So, I mean, they roughhouse a lot.
That's something I think most moms are always yelling at their kids about because they're worried that something like that's going to happen.
Well, yeah, because it happens.
And then it does. I haven't had this happen with our kids, but I've had it happen with you to where I've been like, don't play with that whip in the house, Nate.
Well.
And then I get hit in the face with the whip.
That it sounds way worse than what actually happened. And it was, no further questions. Yes, that did happen. It was a small whip.
But just...
And you didn't, like, it didn't leave a mark. You were fine.
No, I was. But just like Richard, you felt worse than I did.
Yeah, I did feel pretty awful. I don't play with my snake whips in the house anymore.
Yeah, well, somebody could have told you not to in the first place. And I think they might have.
I mean, saying it all out loud now, it just, well, duh, asshole. Why were you playing with a whip in the house?
Because you're a big kid. That's why. But Richard's mom seems to know what he's thinking. So she, like, responds exactly what he is remembering out loud. Some magic shit.
So she's, like, tapped into his memory somehow.
Yeah, like his brain, what he's, like, currently thinking. Or maybe she gave him the memory. Like, made him remember it.
Could very well be. At any rate, Richard is completely blown away by this because these are like deep personal memories that even if it did happen, he hasn't told anybody. And I mean, we're assuming this is Shota, right? He is not believing this.
Yeah, like he even says it's Shota.
Yeah, he wants to believe it, but I mean, ugh.
I think even if you know, though, something like that becoming real, kind of, in front of you is just crazy to see.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a big red flag, too. And as this woman is, like, trying to calm his nerves, like, hey, it's okay. It's me. I'm your mom. You love your mom, right? Zed shows up. He's back in the woods behind Richard and Kaylin, and who we are assuming is Shota, but it's Richard's mom and Samuel. He's watching in the woods nearby. Shota turns to Zed. And she shoots blue fucking lightning at him, and he blocks it, and it takes out a tree. So, like, she's dealing death blows here.
Yeah, as soon as she sees him, she goes off.
Yeah, she's not fucking around at all. And Zed, being a wizard, he can use wizard's fire. So he shoots that back at Shota, and a magic battle erupts. But Richard knows that he can't let Shota die. He needs information that she has. And so as the wizard's fire is flying towards Shota, Richard jumps in front of it, and then he uses the sword of truth to block the fire, holding it, like, horizontally.
I want to Mythbuster that shit, because I don't think it would work.
No, me either. Now, okay, I'm assuming the sword has magical properties, right? Not assuming. We know the sword has magical properties.
Yeah.
But as far as physically, if you held a sword in front of a flamethrower... It's not doing anything.
It's just going to get hot and make it worse, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, you would have to let go of that. It's hot steel. So I'm assuming that this sword emits kind of a shield around it.
Yeah.
To block the fire.
Yeah, and making it go up around it like a wave does?
Yeah, I mean, it would have to, because otherwise it would just, like, it burns everything it touches.
Yeah, like acid, right?
Right, so it couldn't just, like, wrap around the blade because that would be Richard's hands and he would get burned up. So there has to be some sort of extra force field of shit keeping him safe, but not a move that you would assume.
No, Richard just instinctually was like, "Chow! This is gonna work." Against Zed, who is his friend.
Yeah.
His longtime friend. He was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's going to backfire on you and you're going to die, but I got to save this bitch.
Right, but he does it. And Zed, he throws some sparkling dust. Who knows what he was trying to accomplish there? It doesn't, I mean, I'm not sure. And Shota, she throws some of her own, which slams into Zed, freezing him in place.
We're all just throwing our pocket at each other.
I got a nickel. Turn that into a ninja star.
That might freeze some people in place.
So this concerns Richard, I guess would be one way to put it. Obviously, he does the classic trope, no! And he turns around, and Shota, mom, is no longer mom.
No, she turned into a hot lady.
She's some whole other lady.
Yeah.
So this immediately puts Richard's back up against a wall, because he's like, okay, she's fucking with me again. Who is this?
Yeah, he's real pissed.
Well, he had just been eye to eye with his mom, who's passed, and he's not a fan of that shock.
He doesn't like riddles. He doesn't like tricks.
No, he doesn't like being fucked with.
Well, and also his friends are like kind of tied up. I mean, not in the traditional sense, but
Right.
immobilized.
I mean, Kaylin's technically frozen too, because she's in that big group of snakes, and she ain't going anywhere fast either.
Right. He asks, so what is this shit? Why do you look like this now? And she's like, no, this is how I normally appear to myself. It's real enough, basically. Which is kind of funny. It basically is saying that's not her real form either.
No, but this is her home base form.
Yeah. I mean, if I could choose what I looked like, I'd probably be a hot chick too.
Well, I mean, I think you are a hot chick, so
thank you.
I might have to disagree with you, but I would definitely have abs. And then Shota puts him right back on edge again by saying, okay, so I have your friends, and I am going to kill them here after we're done talking, because I want your attention. And I feel like this is a pretty effective way for her to have Richard's attention.
Yeah. She explains that that's why she has both of them immobilized, because she's like freaked out by them. They pose a threat. And he's like, well, what about me? Aren't you scared of me? Why am I not tied up? And she's like, eh.
Fuck off, lady. I got the sword. He's not wearing the mud people clothes right now, but I feel like that would make him feel official. Like, look at me. I got seeker shit.
Yeah. Big, scary man. But I mean, she makes a good point. She's like, I mean, after all, you just saved my life.
Yeah, you ain't gonna kill me. And you came here because you need something, obviously.
Right.
So
nah, I'm not worried about you.
You at least need me for one thing before you kill me. So time is on my side right now. And I feel like Shota really takes her time getting to the crux of all of the matters.
Oh yeah, she's playing with everybody, which explains why some people are like, fuck the witch women.
Right.
At this point, Richard's trying to stay angry, but he can't. And he realizes he's getting the hots for her a little bit. He's like, I don't know why that is, because you're threatening my fucking friends, so that kind of sucks. But he realizes, like, even the magic, he can't really touch it. He's not angry, even with the sword out at this point. She's fucking with, like, the ancient magic of the sword.
It's kind of like how he was feeling in the woods with old John.
Yeah.
You know, he kept trying to think about Zed, and something was wrong. And his mind just kind of kept floating away. I mean, he would be thinking about Zed, but not where is Zed or why this situation might not necessarily make sense. He was fuzzy.
Yeah, not using, like, his right brain.
Right.
Shota's like, you know, you're wise enough for alliances. I like that about you. Because these two, they would have killed me. You're gonna try and work shit out with me. I like that about you. And he's like, no, if you're gonna kill my friends, I'm not gonna make fucking alliances with you. Let's be real clear about that.
Yeah. Just so this is clear, when you kill my friends, that's actually kind of a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Not a big fan. So if you have some other kind of plan, sure. I mean, let's talk.
But otherwise, you can kind of fuck off.
Yeah, I don't like the hostage situation here.
Shota is like, you're my hero. That deserves a wish. You deserve to have some kind of special thing granted on your behalf, all right? What do you want? Anything. And she's all pressed up against him. Horny Terry, like, peeks an eye out for a second.